Yo,
Yo, what's going on, my G?
what's up, man? How we doing?
Dude, how was your day, yo?
Pretty good. I can't complain. I left work a little early today and was able to finish up, so I can't really complain. How about you?
Yo, just another, day in paradise on a Wednesday, on a hump day. Just had to take care of some errands, got some extra work done with these projects coming up and whatnot. And I apologize for, if you hear some barking in the background. You know what I'm saying? We got a real live puppy up in here, yo.
Oh yeah? Well, that's all right. I got really movies over here, so yeah,
We're
not much changes.
Yo, what up, yo? I haven't
Yeah,
seen you in like 7 years, bro. And you got a bald head. Yo, y'all living it up in Harlem right now. Yo, where in Harlem you at right now, yo? Dang. Yo, this dog is out of control, bro. Yo,
what's the dog's name?
yo, I can't make none of this shit up, yo. We in the
No,
studio.
that's live
all
taping.
over the place, bro.
What's that?
Yeah. But yo, tell everybody about what you're doing in Harlem right now, especially with the photography work and everything, and then also quick origin story from back in CCSU days, back in New Britain, yo.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll give a little timeline then. Recently photography work has been a little on the slower side just because mostly been hanging out.
I get it.
But I have been skating a lot more, so that's good. Keeping in shape. But now beyond that, what brought me to New York originally was graduate school, and then I found myself doing less acting and finding myself more at concerts, taking photos, video, that sort of thing. And flash forward into eventually deciding to kind of throw a little bit of a few friends and I, our own event that we call Art Jam. So it's kind of our own music festival, smaller scale, but definitely a really fun event and a good experience. And flash forward to now, which a year into kind of quarantining and sticking to myself has been very interesting, but good time to kind of look back and see like what does Art Jam do, what do we want to do in the future, like, who are we, and what do we want our impact to be.
And tell people like the origin story of Art Jam and all that, and basically the festival you guys do in Vermont and whatnot.
Yeah, so my friend's dad bought a foreclosure property, I don't know, like almost 10 years ago now in Vermont, in southern Vermont, like in Reedsboro is the area. It's in right in the Green Mountains, and it's right next to a nature preserve. So he buys 8 acres there and then buys 40 across the street because it was super cheap, like one of those deal, can't pass up sort of things. The house is kind of in disrepair, but they fix it up. We started right after college, going up there, hanging out, having parties, camping, that sort of thing. And then we ended up a lot of our friends are musicians, so they started jamming. We started saying, okay, cool, let's do some more art projects up here. Let's, kind of get creative. And quickly we were like, okay, let's make this an event. Let's throw this thing. At the same time,
dude, forgive me, the past 5 years, every time you've been throwing it, is either I had a wedding, a bar mitzvah, something going on. Something
was always happening with you. You're a busy man. You're an in-demand man. Somebody always needs you to do their event because, you bring this whole energy to the event that is unique and nobody else.
Dude, I appreciate that, bro. For real, I've been working on the craft, bro.
It would be easy at their event. Come on, you did my graduation party and everybody was loving that shit.
Yo, shout out to Mama, yo. The whole family, for real, yo.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So yeah, and back to kind of the Art Jam thing. One of the other collaborators who actually created Art Jam, Nicole, she was doing this thing at WestCon, basically where they were saying, let's get musicians, artists, anybody together to create in the same space, and that was called Art Jam. So we decided, okay, cool, we've been throwing parties up here, we're camping, we have this cool thing that's called Art Jam, we know a lot of musicians, what should we do? A stage was built, and kind of a a dream was like, I guess, envisioned a little bit because everybody kind of had always gone to music festivals and like, oh, it'd be so cool if we could do our own. And so we just kind of put our heads together and some of our pockets and made it happen.
Nice, man.
Yeah, now we're just kind of figuring out what the next steps are. So it's,
one thing we talked about off air, hip hop. We gotta throw a couple hip hop acts up there. Any hip hop acts that's like willing to drive over to Vermont and just give people a good show, let's make it happen. So we'll talk more about that. What's up?
We're like 2.5 hours, depending on how fast you drive, from Hartford.
Okay.
Like we're right over the Mass border. You go right up 91. We're exit 26 was the exit. But yeah, it's Greenfield, Massachusetts, and then you just drive right up through the mountains a little bit, through the hills, I guess you could say, and you're there. So it's really simple and it's really accessible. If anybody goes to Mount Snow, we're 30 minutes away from there. So that's recognizable names if people like snow sliding. But yeah. So it's accessible, and I mean, it would be so sick to have some hip hop acts. We've had like one or two. We have some DJs go up. We've had cool like progressive jazz artists. We've had singer songwriters, bluegrass, like traditional rock or alt rock.
I mean, honestly, you guys need some hip hop and some reggae, yo. Seriously.
Yeah.
I want to bring that type of vibe up there. If whenever I'm able to get up there, we're gonna make it happen. What up?
I was saying we had a food truck named Jamaican Jules. Mama Jules came by and cooked us all her traditional like Jamaican food. We had jerk chicken with like maple syrup in it and like everything. It was fried plantains. Like these kids were like, "What is this?" Like, and that was the only food truck we had. It was awesome. Like this is like what we're about. We're trying to like make the thing happen. So.
Word. Yeah, but we gotta make this. We're gonna make this happen, bro. We're definitely gonna make this happen because this is exciting. Anything that we should be looking forward to? Okay, before I even get to that question, what can we do in Harlem right now? Because this year of quarantine,
right now,
and it's crazy how like a lot of my friends from New York have been crossing over to Connecticut to party because New York has been like shut down. So what can we do in Harlem right now?
I mean, in terms of what we can do in Harlem, right now, so it's a little difficult. But I mean, in general, I've been thinking a lot about like what an outdoor event is like and what an outdoor free event is like. In terms of like getting permitting in the city, it's actually a little more accessible, I think, than people might expect. So there's a bandstand called in Jackie Robinson Park on 145th, kind of like in between Edgecombe and I forgot what the other street is, but basically it's like a just band show. You could rent it out. And I think it's like, a couple $100 to rent out the permit. I would love to have artists down there and just have free music, have some art, have people just creating in the same space and just have it for everybody who wants to want fun and collaborate with it. That's kind of like a revolving idea that we've had going for a little bit, but it's really dependent on what kind of happens with COVID and everything like that, and I'm gonna just.
I hope by May things clear up so we could do that because that would be something not just good for us but for that area, the community, New York, like saying the East Coast, like something banging like that, yo.
I mean, the whole idea
we
of
need that
therapy. The whole idea is to like be like kind of like art therapy or be more collaborative and be just like. This is a place where anybody can come create, and this is a safe space for people to create. That's really the idea, is like, humans have this need to create and to gather. So let's facilitate that safely. And that's really what we're looking at for the rest of this year in terms of any event. So we've come up with some more ideas, but I think we're looking at some fun stuff coming up. So we'll see how it goes. We're definitely going to throw one event this year at our property in Vermont, and we're looking to do maybe a couple outdoor in Connecticut. And we might be calling them airplane mode, which is basically like put your phone in airplane mode when you show up here. We want to take away the escape to a phone when you're in real life with other people. We've been so separated for so long now that to be on your phone when you're hanging out with people feels really weird since you're so not used to hanging out with people in real life. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to do airplane mode, and we want people to come into a space, see a band, and or an artist, whatever, and literally their phone goes into airplane mode. So you can use your
Yeah.
phone for photos and videos, like have a blast, but
Yeah.
we want you to not be on your Instagram or feel the need to like, oh, let me just like go here and like start talking to somebody on the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah. Like get
So,
interacting with people again, because in a sense, it's giving people that '90s concept. Because three of my siblings, they're older than me, but they used like in the '90s. I was a kid. In the '90s, they were partying and clubbing, so it gives people that feel of like, yo, we can just enjoy this moment without always being on fucking Instagram and like I'm saying fucking Instagram. We're on Instagram right now, but you know what I'm saying. Like for that event,
yeah.
we can just enjoy the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yep.
have fun. Like
Yep.
live life how life is supposed to be. You know?
Yep. Yeah, that's a lot of the
Nothing
idea. Is
distracted.
just interact with who you're with in the moment, and
Yeah.
also breaking down those barriers of, oh, I feel weird. I don't know anybody here. I don't know how to interact. That's okay. We can live in
Yeah.
that, but we can also make that collaborative and make that more fun. So within an
Uh-huh.
airplane mode event, we've been thinking of little like audience interaction games, little things that we can kind of facilitate to get people to break down a little bit of the walls of separation and this is, coming in from a societal sort of standpoint and then coming into a room where you might not know anybody, but that's okay. Like that's
Mhm.
perfectly fine. Let's work on what that feels like, and then also, end up maybe having some friends at the end of the evening, like collaborating with something, meeting somebody for an event afterwards, or whatever
Yeah.
the idea is. It's, we're really looking to facilitate these things in the future. So we're hoping
Just
that airplane mode gets us to that place,
yeah.
but we'll see.
Dude, we need this. We need that therapy, man. We don't even got to talk about what it's been. You've been living in New York. You done seen how things were like the city that doesn't sleep, and then it's like the after effect of the apocalypse. Like the only thing you missing is
Yeah.
zombies. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I will say though, New York, and I do hope that this version of New York continues to a certain extent because there is a lot more outdoor use. There's a lot more parks. There's streets that are shut
Yeah.
down for people just to walk. I think that the city needs to continue in this aspect of saying, okay, what are more outdoor spaces like? What are more green
Mhm.
spaces? I mean, there's a lot of activism going on in the streets too. A lot of
Mhm.
people still protesting for any sort of cause that like is going on. Like it's really, and New York's like trying to be an equitable city, at least the people of New York for the most part.
Mhm.
And we have this here, but they're getting theirs, and the cops, they're figuring things out too. And so New York is, I think New York's changing, and I think the New York Post fans are probably afraid of that. They're afraid
Mhm.
of that old New York going away, but I'm hoping that a more progressive and equitable city is coming. So that's at least what I've kind of seen, in
Mhm.
terms of everybody. I mean, I know more of my neighbors now after pandemic, or not after pandemic, but during pandemic than I have
Yeah.
any other time. And that's right, Ben, exactly. New York just legalized recreational marijuana today, so we'll see how that goes. We're still
That's
getting
gonna be awesome because actually, yeah, we got some ideas, man. We got some things we gonna talk about this off air because I can't let everything go right now.
of course, of course. Yeah, we can always link up. I mean, this is, we're going to continue doing this. I'm hoping that you'll be around for a couple of these events. I need a solid DJ to come and get the party going. I mean, Earl, you
I
really have
got
to
you,
control all
bro.
the music. That's what is the song count up to now? These, like, how many like stacks of hard drives do you carry with you, or you just have like a 6 terabyte hard drive full of
No,
like
honestly, I'm like I'm way more organized now because I got all the terabytes at the crib, but like when I'm performing, I carry one flash drive. I know what my audience is gonna be, and I'm just ready for whoever. So I'm way more organized now. Way more
There you
organized.
go.
Back
There
then,
you go.
I'm not gonna lie, I was winging a lot of stuff, just going off of how I'm feeling. Now it's
Yeah,
like I can still do that part, but I'm way more organized now. Way more
there you
organized.
go. Professional.
Yes,
Super
professional
pro.
DJ Be Easy.
Ben, you're also beautiful too, man. We got to link up. Ben's in Brooklyn, and I haven't seen him in like the entire time I've lived here. Maybe
Are you
once.
serious?
Dude, it's the city is also a weird place. It's like you're like, I want to hang out, and it's like, all right, awesome, and then it's like 6 months later, and you're like, fuck, we missed hanging out, and it's like, I know, but let's hang out soon. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. It's just, it's like how it happens. You're living your life here, and it's a whole thing. So But yeah, no, we got to collab on some events and make some stuff happen, especially in this upcoming year. I mean, upcoming year, it's already March, but April almost.
One thing I've been thinking about, since we got a connection in Austin, Texas, we should link up with some of the people there that, the CCSU theater department and all of that, because they're doing some crazy stuff in Austin. And actually, the whole state of Texas is just like, yo, fuck America. We're our own situation. So that's a whole different thing, too.
That's very true. That's very true. They definitely are. Yeah, no, that individual in Texas, Mikey D, shout out. Congratulations to you, my good man. He's gotten married. He's like
yo, big shout out to Mikey D. Big shout out to the wives and all of that. Like, damn, yo, bro, we getting up there, yo. It's a different life we're living now, man.
A little bit. I'm still young. I mean, I just go skateboard every day. You know what I mean? Make it happen.
I bet you do be on your skateboard. But anyways.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. That's the best part of this city, is just skate around, making it happen.
Yeah, we definitely, we're going to do honestly, dude, you're hearing this live, direct. We're going to do something in Vermont.
Let's do it.
Greenfield, Massachusetts, we were talking about that off air because they have like a tight-knit hip-hop community. We're going to do that. And honestly, before the year is done, we got to do something in Texas. I'm really thinking out.
Okay.
I'm thinking out. And honestly, this is what I'll say, just to give us some extra time, after my wedding season's done, because usually my wedding season's done around like October, I'm thinking November, why not? Let's take a trip to Austin. Let's set it up, and let's, bring Austin some real shit. Besides South by Southwest, we could bring our own flavor down there.
Yeah, I mean, they're online this year. They're waiting until 2022.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they're already on to 2022. Yeah, no, Vermont. In terms of doing stuff in Vermont, we are working on a few things like on that property itself. We're building some spaces across the street. We're building camping spaces, and we're looking to build a stage and have more of like a woods-based sort of like stage setup. That's an area that we can get a little more wild than we can on the house property, but either way, we have a full stage there. We have a barn with full production we put in there. We get rental gear, we get lights, we use projectionists. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. If anybody watching this afterwards wants to check us out, it's Art Jam Collective. We're on Instagram. Our website is artjamcollective.com. You can check us out. We have a Discord that we sometimes go on. We're going to be making more of those transitional moves into less, traditional forms of social media. We're not really feeling them too much anymore, back to the Instagram thing. But anyway, yeah, so we'll make something happen. I mean, we can look in like July or August. It's definitely a timeline for some real sort of cool stuff happening. September gets a little colder, but if people are about it, we can make it happen.
Dude, we got some stuff on the table. Let's just make it happen, bro. Yo, any shout outs before we get off of this live?
I mean, we'll shout out Nicole G Music if anybody wants to check out a dope singer-songwriter. Shout out to Baked Shrimp. My boys in they're one of our alumni band. They recently booked dope producer. Shout outs to Joe, our projectionist, Joe Weinegrad. He's got awesome stuff, and he's building a website right now and transitioning to getting to more, like huge events and that sort of thing. And it's really cool because he does cool interactive projections. Shout out to Dr. Steve Brule. That's probably all the people that I can really think of right now, Yeah, Dr. Steve Brule definitely guided me through life. That's just a little piece of my life. But anyway, about that, who cares? So anyway, that's all I got.
Yo, big shout out to CPR Records, Young D. Actually, Young D. Say what it's
been a minute. Yo, what's good? What up?
Yo, he's in studio mode. He's getting ready to lay down some tracks. Shout out to everybody that's been on this live. Juicy J Juice Bar, I see you on the live. Blessings. And we're gonna post this on IGTV and YouTube so people can have access to all this information. And
All right.
Kyle, yeah, thank you for your time. I see Jake
Thank you.
in the background, bald headed. Let me say what
Yeah.
up to Jake real quick if he's still in there.
He actually he went to go stream. I'll shout out Jake too. He streams now on Twitch. French
Word.
Fry on Twitch. Yeah, he's streaming. He's killing it. So yeah, I think he went to go do that. But I got another CCSU guy over here. It's Thomas. You guys remember Thomas the Pico? There he is.
Yo, what up, Holmes?
That's right. He's working for Lieutenant
So
Season 2.
CCSU done took over Harlem, basically.
Essentially, except for our roommate Ernest, who is not from Harlem, he's from Brooklyn. So
Okay.
yeah, but pretty much.
Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we're gonna catch up. This has been amazing talk, and we're gonna keep building. You know?
Oh yeah.
And to everybody that's on live, peace and blessings. Whatever you guys do on this Wednesday, be safe. If you about to go to that bar, be safe. You know, just do what you got to do, and yeah, get home safely. But yo, we're gonna be in touch, bro.
All right, Earl. I'll see you later, man. It was good talking to you.
All right, Kyle. Peace and blessings, my brother.
Peace. I'll see y'all.